Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First up, Whoopi Goldberg is defending Katie Porter's viral meltdown where Porter screamed at her staff. Whoopi's defense is basically, "I've been rude too." That's like a bank robber saying, "Your Honor, I'm not the only one who's robbed banks." Then, a CNN host rushed to defend Letitia James after her indictment for mortgage fraud. Come on, if you're not committing mortgage fraud, you're the weird one. Next, former Daily Show host Trevor Noah decided he could find something funny about the murder of Charlie Kirk. Trevor Noah, proving that leaving the Daily Show doesn't mean the cringe has to stop. And finally, Jimmy Kimmel told his audience that Antifa doesn't exist. That's right. The guy who cries about misinformation just declared the entire city of Portland a hallucination. Then we go to the comment section on the segment we did about Katie Porter, where she was screaming at this staffer in her shot. Was she wearing the same dress both times she blew up? That's what we're going to look at. Okay, let's dive in. Whoopi Goldberg has weighed in on Katie Porter's viral meltdown, and she's defending her. That's right. Whoopi saw someone screaming at staff and said, "Finally, a woman who gets me." A video has been making the rounds showing California Democratic gubernatorial candidate Katie Porter snapping at a staffer for being in her shot. In case you missed it, here's the clip everybody's talking about.
Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot.
On The View, instead of showing concern for the staffer who just got her face ripped off, Whoopi came to the defense of Katie Porter.
Yeah. You know, maybe people are having a bad day. Again, because I have done this, I have been rude to people. I have said to journalists, no, this is my answer. This is what I'm telling you.
You're not running for elected official.
No, but I've been rude, and that's my point.
And I understand. I would expect something differently from her.
No, she's just another human being.
So, Whoopi's defense of Porter is basically, "I'm mean too," which explains why The View's staff meetings require a trauma counselor and Kevlar. After Letitia James was indicted for mortgage fraud, CNN jumped in to defend her, saying basically, "Come on, everyone does that. If you're filling out mortgage applications honestly, you're doing it wrong."
For a second, what Tish James, and again, we're still getting the details, but if it's related to this mortgage issue, I mean, this is something that everyone in America, or many people at least, if you're lucky enough to be able to buy a house in America, you deal with this, right? The federal government doesn't go after all of these people for doing this.
That CNN host defended mortgage fraud so aggressively, her mortgage company just flagged her file for review. Former Daily Show host Trevor Noah decided it was a good idea to make a joke about the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Oh, there's nothing fun. No, don't say that, because as a comedian, I'll be like, I'm sure there's something funny about it. The guy was shot while defending guns. Do you understand how? I'm not even writing that as a joke. As a human, you have to admit that is an incongruous, funny thing that happens. You are there, you're like on stage, and you're like, let me tell you why people should have guns. Wapa!
He said, "I'm not even writing that as a joke." Don't worry, Trevor. Nobody's ever accused you of writing jokes. Truth teller Jimmy Kimmel informed everyone on his show that Antifa doesn't exist. This is the same investigative journalism that brought you Birds Aren't Real and Finland is a Myth.
Finally, they got the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa. You understand, there's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. This is no different than if they announced they rounded up a dozen Decepticons. We've captured the Chupacabra, everyone.
Of course, Kimmel says that there's no Antifa. They dissolved the moment the Democrats gave them office space and a 401k. And now onto the comment section. So the first that we're going to look at is on the segment we did about the new form of protest by lefties where they get in these weird dinosaur unicorn costumes and then dance to try to protest ICE. If you remember that segment. So we have this comment from Ben Levin, 5645, discount furry convention. And then we have this comment from Melanie McCarter. At least they aren't subjecting us to their horrible singing. You know, that I've noticed that so many Democrats, they have those protests where they sing together. In fact, there was one recently I didn't do a segment on, I think it was in Seattle or Portland. I think they were singing, "This land is my land, this land is your land." Anyway, so I didn't subject you to that singing. I did skip that one. Okay, on this segment we did about Nancy Pelosi, where Dana Bash actually tried to ask her, like, how is it not a clean CR? And Nancy kind of froze, like, So on that segment, you can't, this is from Becker Abstracts. You can't blame Nancy for getting upset. After all, Dana Bash and facts don't exactly go together. Then this is from Mowgli 2071. Nancy Pelosi says, "Get out of my shot" whenever she's at the bar. And if you haven't seen that, the Katie Porter video where she's yelling, that's super funny. I wonder if AI would have done a video of Nancy Pelosi yelling, "Get out of my shot," but she's at the bar. That could be funny. I might try that later. Okay. And actually, good segue into the segment we did about Katie Porter yelling at her staff member to get out of her shot. We did that yesterday. It was "get out of my effing shot" is what she actually said. Okay, this is from Stephen Hensley, 7004. I think Katie is innocent of the allegation of pouring mashed potatoes on her then husband's head. She has the temper, but just doesn't look like the type of person who would waste food like that. Okay. Good one, Stephen. Okay, then on to, this is from Carl DePreto, 3431. Turns out Katie Porter doesn't believe in inclusion, at least not in her camera frame. Oh, that was good. Then this is from Mark 196076. What did she do with the gravy? She probably didn't want to waste the gravy, because that's okay. All right, then this has to do with the dress. So this is from, let's see, what's a Matt Aya 3257? Or is that supposed to be what's the matter with you? Okay, I'm not going to try to decode it, but in that video of Porter, is that video from? Sorry, let me try that again. Is that video of Porter from 2019? Looks like she's wearing the same dress she wore in her recent interview. Okay, so the video where she yelled at the staffer to get out of my effing shot, that was from 2021. And then we had the recent one with CBS where she almost lost it and wanted to walk out of the interview. That was 2025. That was just recently. So, but I did wonder if that was the same dress, because we saw a number of comments in the comments section about, is that the same dress she's wearing? And so I did a little bit of looking around, and actually this is from X, Prison Mitch. He actually had this, so I thought I'd put this up because it shows the two shots where you can kind of compare what she's wearing. Let's see. You can look at the one on the left, the one with the darker lighting, that's from the CBS interview, and then the much better lighting is from that 2021. And it looks like she might be wearing the same dress. A number of people who, shared their opinion thought it was the same dress. It looks like it to me. And I actually asked Grok. So Grok is X's AI, Elon Musk's his AI that they use. And I asked Grok, is she wearing the same dress in those two different things? And as you can see here, it thought for 3 minutes and 26 seconds about this. So it really thought about my question. And Grok says, based on available video footage and images from both incidents, yes, Katie Porter appears to have been wearing the same or an extremely similar dark green sleeveless dress in both cases. So it looks like it is the same dress. So maybe it's really the dress and not Katie Porter. I'd like to know, was she wearing this dress when she poured the scalding hot mashed potatoes on her husband's head? Because somebody might need to do an exorcism with that dress. Anyway, okay, it looks like the same dress. Thanks for watching Headlines, and thank you to everyone who's been sharing my clips with your friends and family. I really do appreciate it. And also, thanks for your suggestions about cookies. All the Oreo suggestions, I have been seeing those over the last week or two, so thanks. Okay, I'm Wes Austin. Good night.